Here's another quote I saw that pertains to everything in life, especially being my age and looking backwards. We're going to call this Happiness Doesn't Live. And the original quote I saw that made me think about this was, happiness doesn't live in that new car. Happiness doesn't live in that big house, that new house. Happiness doesn't live with that fancy watch, those clothes, those shoes. No material goods will make you happy. And we talked about this a little bit about trying to keep up with the Joneses, but it's an epidemic. I see from my friends, some clients, that a lot of people are living in a glass house. You think, wow, they're doing really great. They have this huge house, these brand new cars. They take these vacations. It's all a facade. They do it to keep up with everybody else and to look good, and they think that'll make them happy. And they're in debt, crippling debt, that destroys marriages, that they live with stress at their jobs. It affects all their relationships simply because they think happiness is going to be found in material goods or that next new thing or that next big thing. And that's not the case. I can tell you after 57 years, we kind of lived that to an extent. We had to have a big house because we have so many kids, and we had a lot of fun, but we definitely could have done it differently. Hindsight's 2020. We've been pretty smart about cars, always paying cash for cars. Worst case, maybe a year car loan, because we had to have a bigger car to haul you monkeys around in. You've got 4 kids in sports and you're hauling people, but we did it smart, but we still could have done it a lot smarter. And we tried not to let ourselves get caught up in that rat race of keeping up with your neighbors or finding our happiness in those little things, but it still creeps into your life. So when you think, I don't feel good, I'm gonna go buy a new car, I'm gonna go spend a couple of grand on clothes, I want to take this crazy vacation, but you want to take vacations, but save up and pay cash. Going into debt for happiness or thinking some material thing will buy you happiness isn't the case. We've seen this. We had one of you guys was talking to, telling us about a girlfriend, and this could be anyone, boyfriend, girlfriend, and how they said the ring they want needs to be like not a month's salary or 2 months, more like 3 to 6 months salary. What the hell is that? So you're hanging your happiness in your future marriage on going into debt to get a giant ring to impress who? Your girlfriends, your sorority sisters, people you work with. That could be a guy saying, I want to buy a giant ring for my girlfriend. Again, who are you impressing to go into debt for a fucking rock that someone dug out of the ground, that you could have a lab-grown diamond and only an expert could tell the difference, and it could be the difference between a few thousand and 30 or 40,000. That's not happiness. That's vanity and foolishness. Same thing we have people that have these destination weddings, as long as I'm going on a rant. Hey, we're going to go to fucking Aruba or Europe. We're going to have our wedding in France. If you love us, you'll come. Sorry, not happening. So just think about that. That happiness isn't found in all these little things. It's found right here inside. And it's found having a loving spouse, doing a good job, having pride in your work. Those are the things that you can find happiness in. Material goods are fleeting. That new car, after a few years, that 80, 100. I just had a buddy who was saying he's going to buy a $250,000 Escalade. Holy shit! I'd rather buy a fucking rental property that paid me $1,800 a month and pay cash later, or drive an old Honda or an old truck. $250,000 for a car? Wow. So, all these little things you see that you're pushed to do every day by people around you, or you see people around you do, just don't do it. Don't get caught up in that. Your happiness is found elsewhere besides those things.